Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von The Outer Worlds. Heute wieder, ich hoffe, mit Ton. Ja, das habe ich beim letzten Mal ja voll verkackt. Ja, war bestimmt auch mal schön, eigentlich schon, wenn nichts zu hören. Ich weiß es nicht, wir machen einfach weiter. Ja, Schwamm drüber, wir vergessen uns einfach, ja. Und da sind wir wieder bei Phineas. Dann gucken wir mal, was hier so Phase ist. Das ist alles nicht so einfach, ne? Wenn man alles immer separat einrichten muss. Aber wir kriegen das schon hin. Also, das Equipment kommt noch. Hoffe ich, irgendwann. So.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist. Hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals.
Ooh.
Exciting. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can.
Okay.
The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Ja.
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Meinst du garantiert nicht. Gut, das war's eigentlich, oder? Gibt's noch was anderes?
Of course. What's on your mind?
Gibt's irgendwas, das man noch... Nichts. Ja, das war mir klar. Gut. Dann gehen wir mal... Oh, das sind wir bei Party. Oh, das habe ich gar nicht mitgekriegt. Das klingt gut. Gar nicht mitgekriegt, ey. Meine Güte. Gut, dann gehen wir mal weg aufs Schiff. Oh, meine Nase drückt mich um. Scheiß Heuschnupfen. So. Ja, es ist ja schon normal, dass sie streiten.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Ja, das tun wir. Das ist richtig. Was ist denn Stadt? Ach so, ist das. Ich wollte eigentlich noch vorher noch was anderes machen. Und zwar, wir haben ja noch hier. Das wollte ich eigentlich erst machen. Weil da haben wir nicht 2 Aufträge auf Skylla und Skylla.
Destination reached. Scylla.
So. Und dann müssen wir aber den Felix mitnehmen. Felix haben wir, glaube ich, sowieso dabei, oder? Felix. Favati, genau. Warte, weiß ich nicht. Ganz kurz. Felix, ja. Vika und Max. Dann nehmen wir halt Felix und Max. Jeder Auftrag ein Klacks. Okay, das war schlecht. Favati, Moment. Max, du kommst mit. So, Aufi. Da habe ich jetzt dieses Lied im Kopf. Wie? Oh, Max. Jeder. Okay. Schluss. Was ein Service. Wo müssen wir denn eigentlich hin? Was? Hä? Hä? Wie? Was? Hab ich mich verguckt?
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars
Ah,
are the limit.
es macht es einfacher, wenn man auf dem richtigen Landeplatz landet. Lasst mich einfach zurück. Oh. Nett. Netter kleiner Flitzer. Der Folge.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Na doch da.
Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through.
Das schwingt ein bisschen Neid mit. Das ist ein bisschen Neid, oder?
Got my sights on you.
Erst gucken wir uns mal das Schiffchen kurz an. Netter kleiner Flitzer, ne? Also. So, egal. Gucken wir uns mal fix um, ne? Das ist klar. Flammenwerfer, Drehen und Armreif. Wir müssen ja erstmal vorsichtig sein, man weiß ja nie. Kaufsautomat, sehr gut, das mit dem Schrott verkaufen. Was haben die hier denn? Hm. Na, nehmen wir natürlich mit. Protokolle. Akquisitionsprotokoll. Subversive Literatur, okay. Triebwerksteile. Na gut. Was ist der Vergangenheit? Was hat der Fall gesucht haben, bla 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 bla. Wir haben noch irgendwas gescannt, bla bla. Okay, naja. Was ist denn halt? Ah ja. Na, okay. Wacht auf, ne?
Been ages since we had a good haul. No freighters, no jobs, no contracts, standing around shooting rocks.
Ich guck mal. Ja gut. Na gut, quatschen wir mal mit dem. Okay. Ha.
Well, hey there, hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man?
Your captain has a sense of humor, Felix. Good. There's a time and place for humor.
Yeah.
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
Felix is, a vital member of our crew. He's... well, he's good in a fight.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Okay.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Halt mich wieder. Entschuldigung. Okay, Sache anbricht, will mir sehen lassen, ja?
I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. Routed us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
So sieht's aus.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached.
Ja, nur den Ring bringen, um zu
My
nicken.
token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you.
Wie gut, oh, wie großmütig von ihm.
A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight.
Ah ja.
Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready.
That was simultaneously the least scientific and most pompous statement I've heard in ages. Well done, Mr. Harlow.
A vicar. I admit, I never imagined a man of the cloth living the adventurer's life. You do keep some interesting company. Was there anything else?
Was ist da?
The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time.
Aha. Okay, das reicht jetzt mal. Also im Prinzip will er einfach warten, bis die alle weggestorben sind oder was? Von alleine? Wow. Es ist ambitioniert. Oh, wo geht's hier hin? Aha. Aha. Okay. Ah. Oh, guck an. Okay, das war das gleiche wahrscheinlich. Zack. Naja gut, wenn er das meint. Oh, ich würde mir gerne
Crew
mal.
members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Ja, wie immer, ne? Also gehen wir. Also noch eine Mission auf der Groundbreaker. Da können wir das auch gleich verbinden.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Dann nehmen wir mal ein paar Party mit, ne? Vielleicht treffen wir ja ihre Freundin wieder. Oh, tut mir leid. Oh Gott. Oh Mann, ganze Zeit war nichts und jetzt auf einmal geht's los. Halleluja. Ja, wir bleiben jetzt so in dem Weg. Wir nehmen. Komisch. Ja, wir nehmen die beiden mit. So. Da können wir jetzt die andere Mission ja auch noch gleich fertig machen.
You want a punch? We've got your punch right here. Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family
War der
tonight.
vorher schon da? Kann mich gar nicht dran erinnern.
This is Halcyon News.
Rosanna.
You mind trying to have a moment here? Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Natürlich nicht.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson? All right. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Das war ja einfach.
Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
War ja einfach.
Please, just make it quick. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something.
Ja, meistens.
I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus.
Ja, das wären wir.
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted.
Wie romantisch.
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
Okay.
Appreciate it. No offense.
Alles klar. Moment. Aber bevor wir weitergehen, wir hatten hier doch auch noch was zu tun. Wo wir schon hier sind. Ah, ja. Genau. So, dann machen wir das auch nochmal fix. Was das nächste erledigt.
You weren't followed, were you? I hope not.
Wir sollen mir denn folgen?
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Ich frag für einen
One of
Freund.
my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech.
Was?
Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
Was? Was?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
Na gut.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you... One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. You'll do...
I ain't worried if you aren't, Captain. Honest.
Sehr nett. Okay. Gut. Ach, Byzantium. Ach ja, das war ja auch noch. Ja, bis jetzt habe ich die Kohle noch nicht. Ja, ist ja schon was. Emerald Whale. So. Zack. Und Avi.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
Das tun sie doch immer. Edgewater, dann das Byzantium. Oh, nein, das wollte ich gar nicht.
We're now in orbit.
Am Emerald Vale? Das ist Roseway. Byzantium ist dort.
We're
Edgewater.
now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Ja. Lecker sein Tuna. Oha. Das ist weit weg. Boah. Ja, gehen wir gleich zum Batterielabor und gucken, was wir da hinkommen. So. Auf geht's. Wie kommen wir denn da hin? Irgendwie querfeld ein oder so. Oh. Das hat tatsächlich gezielt. Danke. Was finden? So, und warte. Ich hol, ihr habt schon mal. Ja. Da irgendwie? Ah. So. Oh, hier ist auch noch eine Höhle. Wow. Okay, ich habe damit gerade nicht gerechnet, aber Ding geregelt. Huch. So. Ach, guck mal, hier hocken sie alle gemütlich beisammen.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
Ja, das ist fix das Gleiche, ne?
Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions.
Ja, natürlich.
How much is Harlow paying you? A favor, huh? Let me guess. He promised you some reward in the brave new world that was to come. Said he'd make you his lieutenant if you crossed me off. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him.
Das habe ich mir schon fast gedacht.
I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions?
Da haben wir es doch,
It's a
dachte ich mir doch.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Because he's for sale.
Ja.
Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Liste dachte ich mir nämlich fast. Das versteckt weiterkehren mit Felix Harlow zurück. Okay, pass auf, jetzt gehen wir. Hier ist ja nichts mehr zu tun, oder? So, deswegen zurück, holen die Beweise. Stellen ihn zur Rede. Dann werden wir ihn wahrscheinlich umlocken müssen.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Dead center.
Hat hier gerade jemand geschossen?
Shh, the captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep. Ain't no call for a closer inspection by anybody.
Can we talk?
Was macht ihr hier?
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy.
Uh-huh. Sure. Everybody's got an angle. I'm just wondering what yours is. I knew a doctor like him once. He had a patient complaining of ankle pain, so he amputated the man's foot. Wasn't even the right one. Point is, good intentions don't count for shit. And nothing's more dangerous than a crusader with a cause. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it? Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. Still, Phineas isn't your only option.
Wahrscheinlich
The
nicht.
board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway.
Ah, das wird auch blöd.
Exactly. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders, so I probably don't need to tell you this, but look out for yourself. No one else out here will. Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else? Things on Monarch have really cooled off. I didn't think MSI and the Iconoclast would ever talk. Outside of shouting four-letter words, I mean. Sure, and fish sticks are really made from Saltuna. Look, I won't knock the work you did. I'm sure they'll have a good cry, look through old photographs, share a pint of premium double chocolate cacao gelato. But sooner or later, things will go back to the way they were. People don't change.
Kann passieren, ja.
Not
So.
really. In my experience, it's spread real thin.
Ja, ist auch wieder wahr.
Anyway, I'd hate to see you get broken up if this thing between them doesn't last. Hey, let's not make this out to be more than it is. Though, come to think of it, this whole episode reminds me of something I've been meaning to do.
Das wäre, ja.
I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried.
Kammergang. Nicht bei euch.
Whoa, let's calm down. I'm not asking for a favor. I'm just suggesting we stop by. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too?
Okay, ja.
Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one.
Was?
Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that.
Okay.
Just know that I've got plenty more suggestions if you need them. Anything else?
Okay. Okay, sie ist mir ehrlich doch langsam ganz sympathisch. So, wir müssen wieder nach Skilla und zwar zu Hollow Bases. Da sind wir. Und da sind wir mal wieder. Auf diesem wunderschönen kleinen Eckchen. Und genau an der Stelle geht es dann das nächste Mal weiter. Ich bedanke mich bei euch fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Macht's gut.